Ben McKee, BallQuest.com here with Tony Vitello after Tennessee's sweep of Mississippi State. Tony, just your thoughts on the weekend as a whole.
Well, I mean, really game two was kind of the deal. I mean, that was one that was going to be a swing game for either team, and I think our guys showed some grit. The other thing is it's never going to be an ideal weekend, but it kind of worked out in a fashion where we got to use all the guys that were available on the mound, and that's important, you know. We play on Wednesday instead of your kind of normal Tuesday, so there's a little bit of a gap there. Just for those guys to pitch on the road in the SEC when you're always going to hear stuff, and you know, maybe you feel extra pressure, not that you should, but just good experience for those guys, and you know, everyone pretty much did a good job too.
Big picture, I know you had the blip at Kentucky, but what do you think you would have said if I had told you that this season you would have swept Ole Miss, Vandy, and Mississippi State on the road? I'd
say we'd take it. I mean, you can come up with whatever fantasies you want in your own head. We don't get that far ahead, but I would definitely take it and run with it like crazy. And I think we're fortunate because the guys compete, and sometimes the breaks go your way when you compete. But again, there was a few swing games in there. You know, we no disrespect to any early on opponents, we had some lopsided scores early in the year, and people think we're just going to bum rush everybody, and that's not the case. There were some games in those series that, again, were kind of swing games or whatever you want to call them, and our guys came out on top, fortunately. And even more fortunate is they experienced that, because it kind of molds you into something for the postseason, I think.
Kirby Connell comes in and gets you out of a big jam today, then pitches 2 scoreless innings. After that, he was flawless. What did you see from him?
Yeah, he was great. The stash looked good, the hair looked good, and you know, he's got good presence, which is what you're looking for, especially when the fire's a little hot, like it was Corky in that one inning. They did a good job of stringing some hits together. But when you throw strikes consistently, if you keep filling it up, you know, you'd like to think the percentages in your favor, and that's what went on that inning. And then after that, he's just been kind of who he's been lately. He's throwing the ball well.
Will Mabry was also able to get you out of a jam. What did you see from him?
He was incredible. I mean, you know, obviously gives up one there, but that guy's really strong, and he kind of got in a groove. Clark kind of got in a groove this weekend. He's ultra talented, highly thought of out of high school, so there's nothing to hang your head there that the guy gets you on one pitch, especially when we want our guys to fill up the zone even more so with the scoreboard the way it is. But his story, what you're getting at, is getting us out of that jam, and I mean, it was incredible. Even after we didn't make a play behind him that we could have, he just kept kind of grinding it out, and it's good to see him in a rhythm.
Drew Bean gets a start. What did you see from him?
You know, Drew didn't quite look as sharp as he has in the past, but we also kind of came into this game not wanting to tell the guys when we showed up, but we needed to use all those guys we did today, and you know, maybe we had room to spare, or we went quick hook just because it seemed like Cam was snake bitten for whatever reason today, but it worked out, you know, for the most part what we were wanting to do. You know, just a couple instances where you wish guys would have been a little bit sharper, but dangerous lineup, especially when they come to the park and they know, you know, they want to leave things here on a good note.
2 more things before I get you out of here. Just the offense and a lot of production this weekend. You think it's a product of the weather, no school, and now you can just focus on baseball?
I think with these kids, no school is going to come back to everything. I mean, not that they didn't do well in the classroom, and they do work hard at it, but no school is going to come back to a lot of things for every team in the country. And you know, it's time to play ball and be a kid. There's only so much practice we can do from here on out, and I don't know that we're going to learn any more crazy lessons that the league doesn't teach you. So you just need to have fun and play, and I think that's what the guys did, and they're talented, so that in combination, you know, helps you. Obviously the ball jumps out of here too in the warm weather, but I think that's the main thing.
Now it's postseason play. Just what are your thoughts on your club going into postseason play, as you'll go straight to Hoover from here?
Yeah, it'll be good for him to get to Hoover. I'll tell you what, it was hot here this weekend and humid, so it'll be good to get to Hoover and kind of settle in a little bit and get some rest, and then we'll get into a routine for the 3 days that we're there to prepare us for Wednesday. And I mean, I just trying to explain to them, and the younger guys' eyes were lighting up a little bit. It's hard to describe that environment. You've got the best fans in the country and the most talent in the country in one hotel for the most part. Some teams stay at other, and you just feel it when you're there, and it's done first class. I don't ever want to see that thing leave Hoover. So they need to enjoy it, but when the game starts, we just kind of want to keep the theme that we have going on right now is just play good ball, and then we'll figure out what the scoreboard says.
A lot to you. One more quick one. The fans have shown up in bunches all year long on the road. Just your thoughts on another great weekend showing from the fans.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive. You're used to seeing nothing but maroon in this stadium, but it's fun to see him here. You asked about Kirby. A bunch of kids with his T-shirt on makes it even better. But the fact that they show up is one thing, and then kind of the way they are, I mean, I hope it stays this way, but I feel like we got a group that's always real positive and behind our guys, and they seem to know the game or have learned the game from, you know, what's wrong and what's not wrong on the field, and they applaud the right things.
Awesome. Thanks, Tony. Good luck in Hoover.
Thank you. Appreciate it.